Yo, what's going on, guys? Off the Top is back, and we're here for Friday Night Review. I am Scals. I am with Phil. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on tonight, Scouts.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming
Mhm.
on. I know it was short notice, but got to get back into this a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what was your thoughts on SmackDown tonight, real quick, before we start breaking it down?
My quick thoughts on SmackDown. I would say it was I would say it was a pretty passable show. I don't. Let me see. Nothing really too like mind blowing. Nothing really too stuff that seemed way too out of the ordinary. It was a very solid show overall.
I think it was quite entertaining, actually. Though I
Yeah, it
enjoyed the
was.
wrestling matches. I enjoyed the constant storylines of the bloodline going throughout the show. There's a lot
Mhm.
of little tidbits that are gonna just carry over, and I think it's just gonna make things a lot better.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like this was back to Triple H and how he was doing things, and not worrying about what everybody was thinking.
Right. Right. Definitely.
So let's start off with the first thing that happened with Roman Reigns coming out. I I really wanted to hear what he had to say to Sammy and Kevin before the Usos came out.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as to how they're going to do that for next week. But the thing with the Usos is getting to be very intriguing.
It is. I feel like ever since they screwed up royally, well, really, it's kind of been noticeable. I think ever since they lost at WrestleMania, like ever since they lost, the Usos have seemed to have been distanced a little bit more from what is, I guess, considered by WWE as the actual bloodline. Because when the bloodline was drafted to SmackDown, they only mentioned that the talent that makes up the said bloodline are Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa. Usos were a completely different draft pick, which if that spells out like major divide, I don't really know what else does.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty interesting. I kind of was hoping that they would be drafted to different shows just to see what would have happened in regards to, would Roman have done anything to get them back on the same brand as him? Or would that have been like, you need to learn your lesson before you're allowed back with us type thing?
Right.
But yeah, the way he belittled them afterwards, that was something is coming, and I'm all here for it, because now this got me really invested again in the bloodline, because I feel like it was getting stale there for a minute.
Absolutely.
Um, what came after that? What was the first match of the night?
First match of the night, I want to say right off the bat that it was Um, Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly. I might be wrong.
No, I think that was what it was,
Yeah, Brawling
and
Brutes versus Pretty Deadly.
and they put on a good show. I did not expect Pretty Deadly to win. Um, I like the little deception that they did, where he was all tied up in the ropes, got out, was able to do their finishing move, and then went back into the ropes like he never left. It was kind of,
Yeah,
it was something I don't think we've ever seen where they've done that.
that was
So
yeah, that was something weird when they performed Spilled Milk, because right after they hit Spilled Milk, there was something happening on the I think it was like, I think Butch on the there was something that they were doing with, like, right on the outside, and Ridge was still pinned, and then apparently they still got the pinfall. For me, I'm sitting there like after he's been pinned, I'm still counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it wasn't until I think I got to like maybe 10 that they called the pin, ring the bell, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's been pinned for like 10 seconds. I would have expected him to kick out, but I mean, the match is the match, and wow, Pretty Deadly with an upset. Plus, I also saw that Elton Prince was kind of bleeding out his nose a little bit.
Yeah, they've been getting a little lackadaisical with this blood thing in WWE. We've seen it, 3 weeks in a row now?
I believe we have. I mean, obviously the first one was most likely Cody versus Brock at
Right.
Backlash. The
Mhm.
second time was last SmackDown with Bobby. Now, yeah, Elton Prince with a slight nosebleed.
Yeah, Bobby got it. Wasn't it twice though? Didn't he bleed the
I
Monday
think so.
before as well?
I think I'm not exactly sure.
But yeah, overall it was a really good match. Pretty Deadly got to show a little bit of what they can do, so I'm excited to see them go forward. They need to do something with the tag division. They need to get more people at the top going for the belts. I think. Oh, hold on, we have a visitor.
Oh,
Yo, what's up, guys?
I just happened to look. I just happened to look down and see Jamie sitting there.
the one, the only, the Jamie.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
man,
we were just talking about the Pretty Deadly and Brawling Brutes match.
nice.
I was saying how impressed I was with Pretty Deadly for their first match on the main roster coming up.
So,
in NXT.
is this the
That's
first pretty?
boy.
Is this the first pretty deadly match you watched?
No,
Okay, good.
no, I just was impressed with how they handled being on the main roster
Oh,
and in front of that size crowd instead of it being in NXT. Because in NXT, I feel like they've only had 1 or 2 shows where they've been in front of that amount.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's normally less than 1,000 people in the PC.
Yes.
So it was a big deal for them to be able to handle that type of environment. So next up we had Zelena Vega versus Asuka.
Okay, this one was also very different. Usually with babyface Asuka, we're used to if I can move to the correct side, we're used to those kabuki masks like right over here whenever we see the graphic design for Asuka where it leads right to the stage. Instead, now that we've got Asuka as the top female heel on the blue brand, we've been seeing multiple masks, but more of the Oni or should I say Chinese Japanese demon masks more often, since obviously the whole heel persona and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But Asuka is really making this work. Like, I'm not surprised that SmackDown has decided to make her the top female heel on the blue brand, because she is. I think she's doing some great stuff. Good match with Liv Morgan, not Liv Morgan, Zelena Vega. Why am I'm tripping tonight.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I think with the thing about Asuka definitely being heel is that she can make it work. She doesn't have to go out there and cut promos. She could pretty much go on out there, apply a submission move, look mean doing it, blow some mist, and do her thing. That's all she needs to do, and it works perfectly. You see the way she looked at Bianca, just sinister, got the mist running down and everything. And her being on there, being a heel, definitely works, and it got me interested in a program that Bianca is involved with. So kudos.
Can we have a new champion, please?
I mean,
It's
Night of
about
Champions
time.
is a week away from tomorrow. I would
Please.
not be surprised if Asuka is the new Raw Women's Champion.
Please, that's all I'm asking. I want Bianca Cena to go away. Asuka doesn't even need to hold the belt for long.
No.
What they need to do is she needs to win it so Bianca could turn heel. Like, Bianca needs to go heel. Her character is stale as a babyface.
And the thing about it is, if you're really trying to build up, I guess, Raquel as a strong, big baby face and actually push her to put your title on Asuka the Hill and then have Raquel chase, there's something in it right there.
That is true.
And then you can have Raquel beat Asuka.
And then when Liv Morgan comes back, work something there.
Speaking of that, I didn't realize how long she was actually going to be out if they were stripping the titles.
Yeah, and apparently Raquel is looking for a new tag partner.
She doesn't need one.
I know that's the thing. Raquel herself is a major power, is like a powerhouse of her own who doesn't really need a tag partner. It's just, when she was better, I think, completely on NXT. On NXT, when she was the NXT Women's Champion, she showed that she was a force to truly be reckoned with. But then when they brought her up from the main roster, they took away all the badassery and made her into the also humble baby face.
Well, that's the thing is when you establish something on developmental, and then once that's the thing I hate about NXT being on the USA Network and being on TV every single week for millions to see instead of like on the network or maybe even Peacock or whatever, is that they're more exposed, yes, and all that, great, but at the same time it's also a little bit souring on the fans when they do get called up and get put in different situations because everyone's thinking, oh, this and that. And when your favorite superstar from down there does get called up, does get that opportunity, it does sour a little bit when they're doing something else. I know for me, it's like, oh, well, especially with Raquel, it's like, she was totally kicking ass on developmental, and now she's just, I'm gonna smile and I have a back. Like, it's tough to watch, but I think with Triple H, if he could, stir the pot a little bit, and hopefully this Liv Morgan injury, I don't wish injury on anybody, but if it gets Raquel back on the path that she needs to be on, then okay. Let's try to make the most of a bad situation.
Absolutely. But I was hearing from somebody when I was doing a watch along with a couple of friends, like, who is Raquel's mystery partner going to be? And automatically somebody in there said, Aaliyah. It's like, it's definitely pointing at Aaliyah. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I don't think so.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she's been off TV. She's been off TV for so long. And she has been ready to come back, and they have not had a story for her. And to put her back into a tag team with Raquel, who was her partner before she got injured, makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
It is a way to get her introduced back onto TV.
Yep.
And it could be used as a boost for either her or Raquel going. Actually, both of them, if Aaliyah comes back and eventually turns heel on her, helping Raquel become more of a babyface. Because I don't feel that she's gonna win the belts back. This is where they're gonna put the belts on Shayna and Ronda.
Yeah. It's like, you do that angle on Raw, and then they're not even gonna be able to do anything with it. It's a little bit of a bummer.
I didn't watch Raw, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
For once, I'm about to say,
Oh, that's a shocker.
I have to watch Raw.
I
Raw was actually decent for
I
once.
was
So
busy playing the league that I have the jersey back there for because I had issues with my lineups, and I didn't watch Raw. That's the reason I couldn't come on your show on Monday.
hey, it's all right. Hey,
But I didn't want to
that's
come
why-
on and be not no help.
That's what I'm doing today. I'm being no help. But that's why we have friends like Phil. Because he watches everything.
I normally do, but this past couple of weeks, this was probably the first wrestling show that I watched from start to finish since Backlash, and it'll probably be, and then I'll probably watch next week so I can watch Night of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, one thing I can definitely say about Monday Night Raw that was interesting was that I guess I know Rhea Ripley was watching one of the women's matches that was going on. I don't remember what it was for certain, but I think Kathy Kelly tried to cut an interview with her, but then Natalya interrupts, saying it's like, look, I have no doubt that you are a great women's champion. Hell, you're probably like one of the most dominant women's champions of our time. But yeah, as much as you're dominant, you still need to show the people in the locker room respect. But then Rhea comes back and says, like, why do I need to care about respect? When was the last time you were even relevant? And I'm like, she got a point though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think Natalia's been relevant for quite some time.
Because I mean, it looks like we are getting Natalya versus Rhea Ripley at Night of Champions, and then as far as Bianca, it is confirmed we are getting Bianca versus Asuka 2 for Night of Champions as well.
Yeah, I did just see that.
Yeah, but that's Natty's role nowadays. It's kind of that Dolph Ziggler role. You're just there to put over. Who needs to be put over and put on a good match.
She doesn't need to be involved in the title picture.
I agree.
And then what is it? Of course, the best. I think I shouldn't say the best, but one of the biggest moments of the night of Raw for me, Skaz. I guess you said you didn't watch it. Of course, they had a battle royal to determine who will Gunther's opponent be at Night of Champions. And to the shock of probably everybody that was watching it, especially myself, because we all know how much I am a fan, Mustafa Ali won the battle royal and is now facing Gunther at Night of Champions.
Jobber.
Oh my God.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali.
I mean, I love Mustafa. I feel bad for him with all the gimmicks that he's gone through and how he has never really had a chance. His best
Agreed.
thing that would have been perfect for him, and I wish they never got rid of it, was the hacker.
Mm-hmm.
The SmackDown hacker.
The SmackDown hacker, because that was amazing. Everything they did with that was perfect. And I don't know what caused it to change. Probably Vince just getting bored and wanting to change it.
And the IWC.
Yeah, it literally.
No, the IWC was into it because they had there was the Twitter that had all the things to go with it. Like, it was intriguing.
Well, you must have been hanging out with some cool cats because I remember, at least from what I saw, people were absolutely crapping on it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well,
I even enjoyed him when he was wearing all the light up crap, man.
that's what.
Like-
That's what.
Exactly. Yeah. The light
That's
in
what.
the dark.
Look at Phil.
I have the glove. I have the glove.
Okay, maybe I'm
I've got
thinking of
the-
a
I've
different
got the
gimmick.
mask
See, that's the
blade.
thing. He's had so many gimmicks that I don't even.
Yeah, but
remember
that's
which
the
one's
same.
which.
That was the same gimmick. That was the light up one.
I thought you were talking about when they
The
were
light
first
up-
doing Retribution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he had that. He had that with the hand, and then he would put it over his chest, and it would light him up.
Yeah.
And Retribution could have been great.
It was just
They started.
poorly
They started out great
Mm-hmm.
with the attacks, destroying everything, and then it just went downhill from there because
Yeah.
it became the same thing over and over for like 4 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they didn't know what to do.
Like if
And
they
the
should
problem
have.
was that's when Triple H went out with his heart condition,
Yep.
and I feel like that derailed the entire thing of what it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did those
Cam-
stupid masks, and everybody hated it, and that was even worse.
Because
Yeah.
if they took it out of the playbook of how they did the Nexus, they could have definitely had something there.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, Cam in here saying Retribution was the poor man's aces and eights. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yikes.
I mean, I enjoyed Aces and Eights when it originally was happening.
Exactly. Aces and Eights was awesome.
I actually was watching TNA at that time and was shocked as all hell when it was revealed that Bubba was the leader behind
Bubba.
everything.
Yeah, Bubba, Dave-
See,
Bubba.
that's the thing. During that time, like I didn't know much WWE yet. I wasn't watching WWE, you know. I was a TNA fan first before I was a WWE fan when I was a
Oh,
kid.
wow. I didn't know that.
And Kurt Angle was my favorite wrestler.
TNA Angle, aka Perk Angle.
Yeah. So that was pretty much like my introduction.
So did you enjoy TNA Hardy?
I didn't. Yeah, my aunt had to explain it to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
I remember watching that
Oh,
show live
Oh no.
versus Sting. I remember watching that one.
Yeah, we always
Oh,
watch the
Jeff versus Sting.
pay-per-views like 7 days later.
Mhm. I stopped watching TNA when Matt Hardy was there with Obsolete and all that stuff because
Oh.
it wasn't available for me to watch.
Mm.
Like it's on, I forget what channel it's on right now.
Access.
And I don't have that on my cable unless I upgrade my channels and pay for it. And I'm not
yeah.
upgrading for one channel.
No.
And I had the YouTube package for Impact through their thing with the Impact Plus.
I did too.
It was 99 cents. You paid a month for it. You got the shows. Yeah. They forgot to mention that the show doesn't start till 8:30 and you're already half an hour behind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're watching it without commercials,
Behind.
but you're not seeing anything.
Yep.
So it's like, I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
Might as well
because-
keep up with it on Twitter. Yep.
Well, they used to have it on Twitch and it was perfect. 'Cause it was
Yes.
live. And then they
I mean-
wanted to try and monetize it and make money off of it with YouTube, and they got rid of doing it on Twitch.
Yeah.
I stopped watching TNA after once AJ left. No AJ, what's the point?
AJ was amazing when he left and he came back.
Mm-hmm.
He was gone for so long, and all of a sudden he came back, and it was like the reaction he got was just so good.
Get ready to fly.
TNA had a lot going for them until Hogan and Dixie Carter got a hold of everything.
I mean, it's still a good wrestling product. I mean, I think their women's division is like some of the probably one, if not the best in the business. It's just, they can't get a TV deal or hold on to anything to really save their lives. So it's really impact them when it comes to business.
Well, that was the whole thing. Is it was supposed to be AEW was supposed to help them get that,
Right.
and
because
TNA and then AEW just did all the shit for themselves and was like, "Fuck you, TNA,"
Yep.
and
Yeah.
it hurt them more than it helped them.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
really
I
didn't
mean-
help AEW either, but it could have been so much better for what it was.
I
And
mean-
they just let it.
And
I
now
remember-
they're hurting now because recently, they have their two top champions go out with injuries at the same time. When Josh Alexander went down with an injury, and so did Mickey James.
Yeah, and then of course we crown new champions in that of Steve Macklin and Deonna Purrazzo. No nepotism there.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Perazo. It's the other
Nothing
one.
wrong with
Absolutely,
Purrazzo.
absolutely. Especially with the fact that Steve
The
Macklin will
Fructosa.
now, especially with Steve Macklin having especially with Steve Macklin now getting involved in a feud with Nick Aldis, which is so weird because wow, I thought you were married to Mickey James.
So Nick
And
Aldis is actually only there for a little bit. He's not even signed to a full contract.
Fair enough.
It's a short-term deal.
He's probably there
So-
just to help out until Alexander comes back.
Yeah.
That,
and
or
then-
he's back
and then,
there
of
again
course,
to
and then-
show people he can still wrestle,
Mhm.
and hopefully the WWE picks him up or AEW
Yep.
gets him.
Yep, and then as far as the women, with Deonna Purrazzo holding the Knockouts title now as a face, which is something different. It looks like the only person that'll be facing her for the title whenever something major comes around is the newly debuted
Trinity,
aka Naomi.
aka Trinity Fatu.
Well, I guess FKA Naomi, yeah.
Oh, Jamie, if you type in there, it goes to both. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah, actually, you could click on it where it says
Ethan
all, and then
Carter's
click
the
which one's
third.
which.
Ethan Carter the third.
I
Which
liked
I
him.
didn't
I liked
do.
Ethan Carter.
I did
He was
too.
actually pretty good in NXT until he came up, and then they shit the
They
bed with
made
him
him
up there.
like,
Yeah.
it was like, what happened? Like, he went mute pretty much.
hmm
And then
I'll show you.
he came out. What was the wrestling company he was doing?
Control your narrative.
I mean,
And
It was
now he's
good
the
stuff to
NWA
get-
national champion.
it was a
Yeah,
good
but-
concept, and I liked how they recorded things and did the
All the
The
cinematic
production of
stuff, it was good.
and the production of it, but too much politicking going on with
Yeah.
everything that they were saying.
Especially with the pandemic age stuff that was happening in wrestling, it would have been so perfect. It would have been.
It was just the rules kept contradicting themselves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you would have just done it plain Jane in the warehouse, just regular wrestling, and if you would have put that on like some sort of platform, like like a YouTube or some sort of alternative platform, and try to monetize it, and at just a basic low rate, maybe like what $3.99 a month, that could have been something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a lot harder to get the subscriptions as people think.
Right. And now the dude's wrestling in bingo halls and for the NWA. So, And
Yeah.
you got Karrion Kross back in WWE, and you got Adam Scherr or the Titan or Braun Strowman back in WWE.
Mhm.
So look at who the joke's on.
I wonder if they actually tried to get him back too, and he said no.
I don't. It's just.
Or if they just never contacted him.
I think there's too much politicking going on. Because when the whole Velveteen Dream stuff, came out the second go around.
Yeah, that was because of him.
Yeah.
I guess going that trying to segue into I don't know, maybe
I mean, we kind of got off the rails over here from the
That's my
yeah.
bad.
So, but yeah, going into the stuff. I guess if we're gonna like kind of revert back to Raw,
Yeah, we got off track with
yeah,
Ali.
all of our TNA. Oh my goodness.
So back to the Asuka Vega match. That was the one we left off on.
Yeah, the Asuka
Um,
Vega match.
Vega came out pretty strong at front, and I don't know if Asuka was ready for it. I don't think Asuka thought that could be Vega's style,
No one. He's ready.
and it was actually a good match. Like I've been impressed with Vega since she's been put into like the top tier of the women's division.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not, I mean, I read most recently that WWE is placing Asuka as their top heel for the blue brand. She's been slated as the top heel for the women's division.
Good. They just need to give her the belt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the only thing we need to do, and there we go.
Yeah, because that's the thing, pretty much Asuka is the only heel that would matter until Charlotte comes back and starts working the heel again.
Mm-hmm. Even though she's still a face.
She was like a tweener when she left.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
It was just that they were trying to build up Rhea, and it worked well. You had Charlotte leave on a good terms with her celebrating Rhea's win. Now it just needs to, when she comes back, we need to get back into the top thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't want her winning any more titles for the foreseeable future, she still needs to be in that title picture just because she does put on good matches with everybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
Let's see. After that, we had the Grayson Waller effect.
Grayson Waller.
Haley's favorite part of the show.
Grayson Waller.
Absolutely. You know what? The entrance that they gave Grayson Waller tonight, I mean, in a way, I felt it was just a little bit extra, but you know what? It served its purpose, and honestly, Grayson Waller came out looking like really strong, especially as a guy who's doing a talk show. He is definitely going to be giving Miz TV a run for its money on Raw.
Yeah, he definitely looked like a superstar with that entrance that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way they did it. It was something that you normally don't see them do.
Right.
Especially for a talk show.
Heck, if they're really wanting to slate him as, one of the top heels on their program, they're going to, put him right into it. So, and he can do it. He's shown, and even in NXT, that like, hey, when his name gets called up, he's going to play ball. So, I see why people like Grayson Waller. He's good. He could talk on the stick. He could do it in the ring. And I don't know how long the guy's been wrestling, but if it hasn't been long, he's picked it up really good. And he just, I don't know, something about it. He gets it.
As much as people say WWE is not building any superstars, they have two ready-made ones in Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Mm-hmm.
They just need time to shine. And Austin Theory is getting his. Waller will get his soon enough.
Yep. And they're also, I mean, down in NXT, they're doing it with the women too. Like they're cooking up some really good women stars. Sol Ruka down there, she's great. Zoe Stark is good.
Nah.
I mean,
Zoe Stark's on the main roster now, but nah.
I mean, maybe she like didn't talk as much and just did her stuff in the ring, but at the same time, they're
you got Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton's good. She just needs more polishing in the ring.
Who else?
You got Nikita. I mean,
you have Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne Perez is probably the best.
Cora Jade.
Yep.
Like you have good young women's core down there to
Yes.
build up.
Which is something they haven't had.
All they need is Mandy Rose to come back and lead the division to the top.
There you go, Scals. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back at all, though.
No, she's making too much money.
Yeah, on her fans page or whatever it is.
Money. She's making that money.
Money. I hate that. I hate that song.
It's catchy.
No, it's not.
It's annoying.
You know, when I get in the shower, like money.
No one needs to know that image, Jamie. No one.
Well, now they do.
Yeah. Speaking of her, isn't her contract up soon?
I think she's got 1 or 2 more matches left on her deal, and she just dropped the belt a few weeks ago, so I think it's probably time to bring it on home, Sasha. Bring it on home.
Don't you run.
She just would want to be put in the title picture right away, and that's the one thing I don't think would work.
Heck, but you know, when I'm trying to think, women's side.
Who would you have her go after?
Gosh, I mean,
Rhea?
no, because you know Rhea would have to go over. I'd put her on SmackDown and chase.
Or if Asuka wins it, she comes in and takes it off of her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then you can have...
Because there's no way you're going to put her on Raw because you'd have to put her over. And you can't put anybody over Rhea at this point in time.
No.
Right.
So if she went on to SmackDown, Bianca loses, Asuka wins, and then you have shout out to Shadow. This man today became a new dada. His baby was born this morning.
I mean, he's not a new data, but he's definitely
a new dada for another child.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to young Maverick.
Newest member of Off the Top. Newest member of the Shadow Club.
For life.
Yeah.
Monet. Sorry.
I hate you.
I need to get
you.
that. I need to get that sound clip now. So
You need to get a bunch of sound clips because I can't figure out how to get sound clips. and it's
Yeah,
pissing me off.
make me a list and I'll work on it.
Yeah, because I need one for
dipshit.
for my kick thing for the when I get a new follower.
But in honor of Shadow and Baby Maverick,
Get that garbage out of here!
with love.
Oh boy. Oof. I think I don't know. So that I guess going to NXT was pretty solid from the stuff I remember. The I believe both parts of the second part of the NXT Women's Championship tournament went through. The first match I believe was Cora Jade versus Fallon Henley. Cora Jade obviously got the win because of course it would. I mean, it's Cora Jade. Cora Jade is one to be pushed. Otherwise, what's the point? Then the second one, it was, I remember Roxanne Perez versus JC Jane. Roxanne got the win. And the way that it looks as far as the bracket, Cora Jade next week will be facing off against the new Lyra Valkyria, formerly known as NXT UK's Aoife Valkyrie, next week for a spot in the finals, which means Roxanne Perez will have her match against Tiffany Stratton.
Put the title on Tiffany Stratton, dude.
I think that's what they're planning on doing, actually.
I feel like that. I'm not. I mean, honestly,
Because everyone's thinking they're going to put it on Roxanne.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if putting it on Roxanne would be the best decision. From the majority of people I know on Wrestle Talk that I've spoken to, they'd like to see Cora Jade holding the women's title.
That's because most of the majority of Wrestle Talk and the IWC are simps.
You're not wrong there. You are not wrong there.
What? I mean, I don't think she deserves it. I mean, her time will come. She will improve. But I mean, I think when you're thinking of a heat magnet who's showing that they can do it, and you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'm contradicting myself because people can say the same thing about Tiffany Stratton, but just kind of from the looks, the attitude, the way she carries herself, definitely as a heel champ, and give someone that Roxanne can chase until Roxanne goes to the main roster. So,
absolutely, honestly, me I'm people know me. I'm just a person who just does not like Tiffany Stratton. I'm the first guy that when she appears on TV, I'm like, girl, if you don't get your Britney Spears look-alike, Paris Hilton look-alike, this, I got $500K to spend on a pony, a Ferrari, and a new Playboy house. The fuck out of here if y'all don't get this steroided up, jacked Barbie the heck out of here. I say that all the time. Don't get mad at me. I'm just joking around. But I will not deny that she has amazing, and I mean amazing athleticism. What is it? I think she's adopted a moonsault now to be more of her finisher. Kind of going along where Christopher Daniels called his the best moonsault ever. She calls it the prettiest moonsault ever, which I believe she used to defeat her last opponent. I forget who the heck it was because I guess they're probably irrelevant. But yeah, I can see if Tiffany Stratton wins the NXT Women's Championship, part of me is gonna be like, curse you, Tiffany Stratton. But then at the same time, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I mean, she is the package. She has the whole little package about what.
If it wasn't for her gimmick, you would be okay with it.
If I did not have to deal with the fact that she deals with this daddy that we know nothing about other than that the man's filthy rich and treats his daughter like a princess. Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much rambling on about that like that has pretty much told me that she is doing her job very well.
Exactly. And the way that the fact that she kind of acts like a spoiled child too is what kind of gets me. She angers me enough with the whole I'm like Paris Hilton, I'm like Britney Spears, I'm like a Kardashian. I'm like, no. But she's great in the ring.
Are we totally gonna skip over the Boogylicious Nights?
Oh my goodness, the Boogie Nights that happened tonight on SmackDown.
The Boogie Nights.
That's literally what, when I was on Free Talk, that was what Canna Coaster called LA Knight and Rick Boogs. He called them Boogie Nights. If he does that, if they go with Boogie Nights, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. And I'm like, yeah, I just hope they don't go with that name.
Well, they ain't gonna go with anything because it's not gonna last long.
Well, it didn't last long. Right after they lost, LA Knight hit Rick Boogs with the BFT, which
Yep.
apparently I had no idea stood for blunt force trauma, but yeah.
And
they're done.
as for Mr. Bix,
Get that garbage out of here.
Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. He's fired. He's fired.
and then it also looks like we're getting Theory and Sheamus.
Oh yeah,
for
they
the,
they already announced it.
Yep, Theory and Sheamus. Yeah, they have announced next week. Theory versus Sheamus is happening, which I am absolutely down for.
be a banger after banger.
Sheamus is a
after
4-time
banger.
U.S. champion. Are we gonna make it 5?
Maybe. I mean, who else is a 5-time United States champion? What is it? Cena and Booker T, I think, are
Five-time
5-time champs.
Five-time United States champion.
5-time.
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 And then we had the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
Yep,
Mhm.
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire taking on another NXT team. Like, it was weird.
Is that an NXT team?
Yeah, Yulissa Leon and Valentina Feroz, they
Who?
are a NXT
Oh, exactly.
tag team.
Who?
Who?
Their names are Valentina Feroz.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Who? Wait. Who?
Yulissa Leon.
Yeah. Next.
But literally, they are actually a tag team from NXT. Like, they were together when I believe Sangha used to be their manager until
Who?
Sangha
Who?
from Indishare.
Who? I mean, Veer came, but who?
The other guy that's in Indishare that Veer
Ah.
teamed up with.
Manager. Can't the dude talk?
Yeah, he could. I mean, I know he did talk because.
I mean, what happened to Shanky?
I don't have no idea what happened with Shanky right now.
Man.
Wasted. I don't know Hindi, so I'm trying to do the best I can. But yeah, they were together for like a little bit. I guess they decided to just reunite just to act as jobbers. Like one gory bomb / Russian leg sweep combo, and that's all it took. Wow.
That's all it needed to take.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, then
Main event.
and then the Usos had their match against the LWO with specifically Ray and Santos.
Really good match.
That was a great match too. I don't know if I was really expecting the interference from Kevin and Sammy though.
No, I was not. I was not expecting that. I really thought that the Usos were going to win to try and get back on the good side and not have this happen. But when they announced that the KO show will be next week and Roman and Solo were going to be on it, I had a feeling they were going to do something to set it up.
Mm-hmm. I still don't think they're gonna put those titles on Roman and.
Oh no, they're not.
No, the Usos are gonna screw them out of the
Right,
titles.
and that's how it's going to lead to Roman and Solo versus the Usos at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange though, because I remember like a couple months back, it was formally announced that Roman Reigns was not going to be at Money in the Bank, but I guess
Well,
they change.
the entire thing with Drew McIntyre has caused that to happen.
Well, last thing I heard also is that Drew McIntyre did in fact resign, but it's nothing official. I'm holding it back.
The entire thing that I posted this on somebody's. They said something about Money in the Bank, about Roman being on the posters, and my response was, "That's because Drew is going to come back as a surprise
And
win Money in the Bank and cash it in the same night." And if the Usos are not, no, he won't cash it in on him. He'll cash it in on the winner of the World Heavyweight Championship, whoever that is at the time, and take that belt off of him, because that's the belt he won, the WWE Championship, aka the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And he needs to get his moment, which he didn't have last year, and this will be a good replacement for that.
Yep. And that'll make it right with him in WWE.
Correct.
And
I can guarantee you, if he has resigned, that's probably what was worked out.
Yeah.
And that's why he was taken off of the promotional information about Money in the Bank. So this way he could just appear and get that shock factor and get a huge ass pop when his music just hits, pulls a Brock Lesnar, comes out, climbs the ladder, wins.
Yep.
That's the way I think it should happen.
I'm with you on that. And the thing about, Solo's going to take the pin in both of those matches, and then Solo's going to get upset, or Roman's going to get upset at Solo, and then we're going to have Roman versus Solo.
Which we already planted the seeds for.
Yep.
When Roman left the ring, he bumped shoulders with Solo, and you saw the reaction from both of them.
And I've been saying that. That was Smackdown.
I hate the NBA sometimes.
Oh, gosh. Uh, 8 seconds left. Miami Heat.
No, it's over already.
Okay, so
We're up 2-0 now on the series.
Yeah, Miami's up 2-0, but that's not the reason I hate it. I just lost my bets.
Oh. Oof.
By
shit. Here we go
by
again.
by 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah, that was SmackDown in a nutshell. We got sidetracked in the middle of there. We talked about NXT a little bit. We covered TNA a little bit, history of TNA, and why we don't watch it anymore. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on tonight?
Because who?
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I thought Dynamite this week was pretty entertaining.
Didn't watch it. Oh,
I really haven't watched Dynamite lately. I don't know. It's hard because the stuff that's going on within AEW with the politicking of CM Punk and everything else that's going on with it, it's just kind of getting me sour on the product. Like, they are doing this whole entire brand split with AEW Collision. CM Punk was supposed to be the face of it, and now what? He's not going to be there because of Ace Steel? Like, what is going on? Like, it's just...
I don't know.
I do like, ROH on Honor Club, and they're getting my boy Shane Taylor involved in the fold, mixing it up with FTR over there. So
that's pretty cool. I've also been hearing that Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be forming a some sort of tag team, I think, with Samoa Joe.
I think they're gonna feud, and then maybe work up towards the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. That would be my guess. because they're both TV champs.
That would not be bad. That would not be bad at all. Unfortunately, I do know some things on the form of AEW right now. On this week's episode of Dynamite, we were supposed to get a 6-woman tag as Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and the newly returned Hikaru Shida were supposed to have a match with all 3 members of the Outcast.
And then let me guess, Tony Khan lost track of time and then pulled a Vince McMahon and cut the women's match.
No. As much as I'm guessing you would have expected that. Apparently, a report came out saying that Jamie Hayter was quote unquote injured, but then it turned out, oh no, she's not injured. She just has visa issues. And so, yeah, they had to shorten it down to just a women's tag team where it would be Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. I don't exactly remember how that match went. I think I want to say the Outcast won, but I'm not exactly sure. But all I know is that leading all that happened, and then right around the second half, it was made official through Toni Storm that at Double or Nothing, it will be Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm 2 at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, but
yeah, I know.
Anyways,
it's weird, but I think the match of the night the focal point was the match between Chris Jericho and Roderick Strong.
Seat fillers.
I mean, I think this was like the main. This one was the main seat filler because.
No, I'm talking about the sign that was caught during the match.
Oh, that was, oh my god, that actually was really funny.
No, but I mean, the only thing I like so far about seeing a Roderick Strong match, the best part about it was you get to hear some kill switch engage. That was always great. But the thing that I enjoy what FTR is doing. I keep up with that, and then pretty much if Bryan Danielson, whenever Tony wants to treat him like a actual professional wrestler and not have him in a weird group with the guy who likes to mutilate himself all the time, then maybe I start putting myself back in the product and getting into it. But I don't know.
Right. But yeah,
it's hit.
Jericho.
Two hit or miss.
Jericho and Strong's like literal singles, like his first singles match in AEW was literally a Falls Count Anywhere match. Neither Adam Cole nor the JAS were allowed in the building. Match ended up making its way outside, where Adam Cole basically jumped Jericho, hit him with the boom. Roderick hit him with a rising knee strike. Got him with that for the 3 count, and Roderick won. Obviously, because bending the rules, because Adam Cole could not be in the building. Why not get him out of the building?
Mm-hmm. I know y'all hate it when I mention the guy's name, but the leader of the cult, you got Jim Cornette. He says, and I agree, lazy booking. But when I say,
oh shit,
nope, not that one.
Get that garbage out of here.
What was the booking?
You have 2 guys that can go in the ring, and they're doing all this extracurricular stuff outside, and it's the guy's first singles match in the company. It's just ridiculous.
Yep, I still think it's also a little bit ridiculous that the fact out of the 21 times that Orange Cassidy has defended the international title, his next opponent on Dynamite is was somebody who literally, like, I don't, because this guy came completely out of the blue.
Who?
Next week we're getting Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher from Aussie Open.
Who?
One half of Aussie Open.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Thanks,
out
guys.
of all people you really want to put against Orange Cassidy, you want to put one half of like the team that's already IWGP Tag Team Champions as well as strong openweight champions. I don't sit well with that.
I still think they missed the boat by not putting the title on Jeff Jarrett.
I totally get that. However, Karen Jarrett is all elite.
And she is hot.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So, I mean, am I wrong? I'm enjoying that feud though. That Jeff and Jay.
Jarrett should not be the main focus at his age on AEW.
No, that's why he's in the tag team.
He's the main focus of the tag team right now, going for the titles. He should not be.
It should be Jay.
What has Jay White done since he showed up there? Oh wait, nothing.
I didn't mean Jay White. I meant
I know
Jay
you didn't. I know you didn't mean him. I know you didn't mean him. But it was a good segue into what my.
But where is he?
What is he? What is he?
Rampage? Dark? Not even there.
I mean,
they don't wrestle on YouTube anymore.
Had a nice pop when he got there. What has happened since?
I know that Jay White, actually, again with this week's Dynamite, Ricky Starks had a match against Jay White, and as much as
he was still there
with Juice Robinson
and
last week,
was there a good reaction from the crowd? No, it was dead silent.
Ricky Starks needs to go to WWE.
And here's the thing, like
Powerhouse Hobbs needs to go to
fact that
WWE.
Ricky Starks and Jay White, like I thought it was going to be good, but it was lazy booking in the fact that Ricky Starks decided to. Yep, I learned from the best, right? But lazy booking in the fact that Jay White won by DQ because Ricky Starks decided to end things with a steel chair. I did not like that at all. Why?
It's I can't.
And of course, Tony Khan during obvious announcements that Tony Khan is going to be making an announcement on where the first ever AEW Collision is going to be. But then again, who the hell cares?
It's Chicago. Who
It's
cares?
gonna be Chicago.
If it's gonna be Chicago, fuck me.
And you're
It's
gonna
gonna be
hear
Chicago
look in my eyes. What
Okay,
do
look.
you see?
I hate the idea.
Cult of personality.
As much as I'm a CM Punk fan, I'm gonna say this: if you're literally going to have another show for your promotion, it should never be focused around one person. It should be focused around all the talent and what the talent can bring to
Whoa. I'm the cult
around the
of
entire talent of
personality.
AEW and what they could provide on that show.
It's just a hat on a hat on a hat, and then on top of another hat. You've done it before. Like, we know what you're doing again. You're reusing all of your marketing tactics. It's very WCW light. And WCW is better.
Does the AEW Collision image not scream Monday Night Nitro?
It was using the same exact background.
But that was the thing. Tony Khan, Nitro was like his favorite.
But I'm saying, doesn't it, it's just...
If I was WWE, I'd be like, oh, that looks too much like our IP, just to mess with them. But,
Wait a minute. That looks exactly like our RIP. Nick Khan file a lawsuit. I want them sued. I want them fired. It's probably something
He's probably thinking, that's good shit, pal. Why are we not doing that? Why are we not?
Yep. I'm pretty
Hunter.
Hunter.
Well, was there anything else?
No, not at all.
I mean, there is stuff I would say because I watched Rampage, and apparently with Rampage they announced new matches for Double or Nothing, which includes a TBS title defense. Thank the Lord.
She's not losing it. Don't worry about it.
Even if her opponent is Taya Valkyrie, even if her opponent is
No, they're waiting off until Statlander comes back.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been hearing that she was actually cleared. She's not even using the brace anymore.
Good. Then have her show up and beat her.
That's what I'm thinking too. If like with the almost inevitability that Taya Valkyrie will lose again to Jade Cargill,
That's the thing.
Chris Statlander return at Double or Nothing.
Have her beat
and give
Jade.
her an ass whooping.
And then you go and have Jade off of TV for a little bit, and then she comes back, feuds with whoever at the time is the women's world champ, and then you beat that person and have Jade have a pretty, I mean, not the run she had with that TBS title, but have a little bit run of herself, and then I don't know, just something.
No.
Feed her a slice of humble pie.
I mean, Jade's not bad. It's just you need to beat her sometimes.
She needs no more belts.
No.
She's ruined that belt already.
Sweet taste of that good old humble pie, if you will.
Well, that was SmackDown. And everything else.
Did you guys see Roman's new shirt?
Mm-mm.
I saw that new shirt, and I don't know if it's something I'm saying I want to go buy this, or I don't know what the heck that is.
I don't know how to show it on our stream.
I don't know. I think it's you go to present, and then from present it shows share screen.
Oh dang!
Did you see it?
Where it's pretty much him as the GOAT.
Is that?
Yeah, it has.
I mean,
like
that. See, that reminds me of a bull, and it gives me Rock vibes.
if it's somebody.
It kind of gives me like a throwback to the Rock.
Look, life's not fair, and still.
Let me try that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Life's not fair, and still the GOAT.
And it has the 6 stars because he's better than 5 stars.
Oh, the shirt, Shadow. Oh, the shirt I want.
Of course, Shadow wants it. Shadow wants everything that comes up on the site.
Well, if you guys are interested in buying any WWE merch like the shirt that you just saw, use the link to do so, which is www.sjv.io/OTT Please.
Support your local. Support the local.
Rock with your boys.
Yeah.
And gal.
Rock which boys.
But all right.
I'm tired.
So, Phil, where can we find you?
If you want to find Phil the Future on any of the socials, I'm pretty much on every social. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitch, Clapper, and now the new social pack created by Wrestle Talks, Galaxy Tribal Chief Sean B. Pretty much free talk of what you want. No bullshit involved. All safe place.
Oh, here's a bag. Oh, I found Phil the Future. Another place I could find him.
Jamie?
Simple. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and here on Off the Top Media and at Jamie Rose X. If you try to find me on Facebook, that's no bueno. Screw you. And if you're not satisfied with finding me there, you can also find me at your mom's house. Scowls.
I am on Twitter and TikTok at Scouts24. Also on Off the Top Media _ on TikTok and Twitter. And then YouTube and Twitch, which we are live on right now at Off the Top Media. Hope to see you guys again soon. Maybe we'll be back this weekend with some other interesting things going on. And be on the lookout. Follow us on Kick as well, Off the Top Media. I will be starting to do some gaming on there as well.
Ooh.
Hope you guys have a great evening. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Flip it. IWC eats corn. Long ways.